Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. And today we are going to discuss inverse circular functions exercise number 2.1. And we discussed in last video, that is 6 to 9 example problems. Kindly practice well. If you have any doubts, you can send to me a message so that I can help you all. So now today we are going to discuss exercise number 2.1. Before going to our video, before going to start our video, let me pray, then we can start. Let's close our eyes. God kindly provide your knowledge and wisdom to solve our mathematics problems and our daily life problems. Thank you, God. Alright, let's move on to the question number 1. What is your question number 1? Find the principal value of sine inverse 1, cos inverse minus 1 upon 2, sec inverse minus root 2, cosec inverse minus 1, cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3, tan inverse 1 upon root 3. So now here first we need to understand what is principal value. So principal value means numerically smallest angle is called as a principal value. So let's move on to this question. Question number 1. What is that? Sine inverse minus 1. So let the sine inverse minus 1 is equal to x, then what is possible? Your sine inverse is equal to x side, sine x. So minus 1 is equal to sine x. So now you got as minus 1 is equal to sine x. Sorry, it is not minus 1, right? Plus 1. Plus 1 is equal to 1. So now 1 is equal to sine x. In sine value, when this 1 will come? So sine 90 degrees is nothing but 1. So we can write as sine pi upon 2 means 90 degrees. So now here sine x. So compare corresponding elements. Then what you get? X is equal to CCE. You cannot write CCE in your examination. You need to compare the corresponding elements. So then sine will go off. Then x is equal to get as pi upon 2. So what is your principal value of sine inverse of 1? Is nothing but the first right again for principal value of sine inverse 1 is equal to pi upon 2. So that is about your first question. I hope so you all understood this first question. Let's move on to the second one. So second one, it is cos inverse minus 1 upon 2. So now I can write the second one here. Cos inverse minus 1 upon 2 is equal to x. So first let me take it this way. So here cos inverse minus 1 upon 2 is equal to x. Now here cos inverse, go to that side, cos. So then cos x is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So directly you know that what is cos x is nothing but minus 1 upon 2. Minus 1 upon 2. In the cos, what is the value of minus 1 upon 2? Minus 1 upon 2 is nothing but cos 2 pi upon 3. So now writing this cos x is equal to cos 2 pi upon 3. So that means cos 120 degrees is nothing but this minus 1 upon 2. So now you already got down here it is cos x is equal to cos 2 upon 2 pi upon 3. Then again comparing corresponding elements. When you compare corresponding elements, x is equal to as 2 pi upon 3. That is your principal value. So that is about that, and let's move on to the next one so that you can understand. So next one again, your here write last step and not writing, you have to write that as therefore principal value of cos inverse minus 1 upon 2 is equal to 2 pi upon 3. That you have to write. So now let's move on to the third. So in this third one, we just write here it is secant inverse minus root 2. So now here this is equal to x. then set x is equal to minus root 2 and set x is equal to minus root 2 where it is possible to get. So that is minus root 2 is nothing but sec 3 pi upon 4. So that is sec 3 pi upon 4. So that means what is your pi upon 4 means 45 degrees, 45 into 3. So that is, you may get as that is 135 degrees. Secant 135 degrees is nothing but minus root 2. Then again comparing corresponding elements, then you can get x is equal to 3 pi upon 4. Even another way is also there how to solve this part. So you already know that root 2 is nothing but pi upon 4. So you can write, this is another way. So another way I am writing here so that you can understand in another way also how we can solve. So that another way, let me not to write here, I will write in the beginning itself. Okay. So that another way I am writing the front so that you can understand that is clearly. Okay. So what is that? Sec inverse minus root 2. So now right here it is this our second method. And what is second? You can write for second also. Sec inverse minus root 2 is equal to x. Then sec x is equal, because here the sec inverse going to sec. So sec x is equal to minus root 2. Now this I can write sec x is equal to minus root 2 is nothing but secant pi upon 4. Okay. So now if minus is there, the secant we need to write as a plus. What we can write? Secant x is equal to, if I want to set pi minus pi upon 4, then what you get? Minus into minus plus it becomes, because in 180 minus theta secant is a negative, so that you are going to get minus, and here also that is minus into minus plus. So now secant pi minus pi upon 4 can be. And now this secant x is equal to secant 4 into pi 4 pi minus pi 3 pi. So you get as 3 pi upon 4. So then again comparing corresponding elements, x is equal to 3 pi upon 4. You just check method 2 answer is same, method 1 also answer is same. So whichever method it is, the first one method 1 is a direct method, method 2 is just you are simplifying and then you are solving it. However, answer will be the same. And principal value of third one, that is secant inverse minus root x is equal to x, you found as 3 pi upon 4. So that is about your third one. So I hope so you all understood. Now next we are going to discuss 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the fourth one. Cosec inverse minus 1, where cosec inverse minus 1 is equal to x. Then send that side, then it becomes as cosec x is equal to minus 1. Then cosec x is equal to minus. So then it is 1 is nothing but cosec pi upon 2. And minus cosec theta is nothing but cosec minus theta. So now write as cosec x is equal to cosec minus pi upon 2. So here, what was the reason here? Minus cosec theta is nothing but cosec minus theta. That is formula we used here. And so now here, again, you comparing corresponding elements, then you get as x is equal to minus pi upon 2. So this is about your next question, that is fourth one. Now we are going to the fifth question. So that is cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3. So now here cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3 is equal to take as x. So then what we can get here? Cot inverse, what do they say? Cot, that becomes cot x is equal to minus 1 upon root 3. Then cot x is equal to, what is minus 1 upon root 3? That is nothing but 2 pi upon 3. So we can write this as cot therefore principal value of cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3 is equal to 2 pi upon 3. So at last tan inverse 1 upon root 3 we need to find out, and here it is that is equal to x, let then tan inverse will get tan, so tan x is equal to 1 upon root 3, then tan x is equal to 1 upon root 3 means tan pi upon 6. So then again comparing corresponding elements, x is equal to pi upon 6, that is your principal value of tan inverse 1 upon root 3. So I hope so you have understood this one, and if anyone having doubt you can ask me in the YouTube comment section so that I can help you all. So this is about your first question. Let's move on to the second. Alright, let's move on to the next two problems. That is problem 2 to 8 is equal to the following. In that second one, 2 tan inverse 1 upon 2 minus tan inverse 1 upon 7 is equal to pi upon 4. That we need to prove. And third one, tan inverse pi upon 19, 17 upon 19 minus tan inverse 2 upon 3 is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 7. We need to prove. For that, use these formulas. So you need to remember these formulas. So that is 2 tan inverse x is equal to 2x upon 1 minus x square. That means it is a tan inverse 2x upon. So here I used your tan inverse. So we need to write this as tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. So these two formulas you have to remember so that you are able to solve these problems. So let me go for now LHS for this solution. LHS is equal to 2 tan inverse 1 upon 2 minus tan inverse 1 upon 7. So when you write this, what is 2 tan inverse x? You know that is tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. So here tan inverse 2x, 2 into x is here 1 upon 2, that's what right, 1 upon 2 upon 1 minus. Then x square is 1 upon 2 whole square. 1 upon 2 whole square is nothing but 1 upon 4, because 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, minus tan inverse 1 upon 7. So now 2 get cancelled, that is equal to tan inverse 1 upon, here LCM take, so that is 4 ones are 4, 4 minus 1, 3, 3 upon 4. So we can write this as 3 upon 4 minus tan inverse 1 upon 7. So now here 1 upon 3 upon 4 means we can write as a reciprocal of 3 upon 4 is what? 4 upon 3. So tan inverse 4 upon 3 minus tan inverse 1 upon 7. So now again tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is nothing but tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. So now I can write here again tan inverse 4 upon 3 x minus y 1 upon 7. That is upon, we can write as 1 plus x into y, 4 upon 3 into 1 upon 7. This is equal to what I can write tan inverse. So LCM 7 3s are 21. So now write as LCM as 21. So 7 4s are 28 minus 3 1s are 3. So then upon. So here again LCM is 21. 21 1s are 21. 21 plus 4 1s are 4. 21 plus 4. So right here 21 plus 4 upon 3 7s are 21. 21 get cancelled. 28 minus 3 is nothing but 25. So we can write this as tan inverse 28 minus 3, 25 upon, then again 21 plus 4, 25. So write 25. So cancel 25 ones are 25. Then tan inverse 1. So here I am going to write that is equal to what is tan inverse 1. So then tan inverse 1 is nothing but what is you have in tan values when you get 1 tan pi upon 4 is nothing but 1. So that means tan 45 degrees. So right, the tan inverse tan theta is equal to theta when they given the conditions. So according to that, directly you remember in this place is already according to the condition of the element. So that wherever tan inverse tan theta is there, you can write it as theta. So what is here theta? Tan inverse cancel, it becomes as pi upon 4, that is your RHS. Hence proved. So that is about your problem number 2. Let's move on to the problem number 3 now. What is problem number 3? Tan inverse 17 upon 19 minus tan inverse 2 upon 3 is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 7. This I need to prove. To prove means what I need to do? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. That's tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. So use that. So you can write that I am writing here. It is this LHS side to tan inverse. So tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. So x is 17 upon 19 minus 2 upon 3, that is upon 1 plus x is 17 upon 19 into y is 2 upon 3. So now any cancellation possible? I don't think it is possible. So we don't need to cancel anything. So now what we need to do here? Then now right here tan inverse. So 17 3s are how much? So you can get 17 3s are 51. So we can write it as that as a 51. So right here 51 minus 19 2s are how much? So that is 38 upon. So 17 3s are 51, 19 2s are 38. That is upon. Then 19 3s are how much? So 19 3s are you get as 57. So that is upon. Now 19 3s are 57, 57 1s are 57 plus 17 2s are how much? So 17 2s are you get as 34. So write that as a 34 and upon 57. So denominators 57, 57 they cancel. Then you can get tan inverse. What is 51 minus 38? So you get as 51 minus 38 is 13. And here you get as 57 plus 34 is nothing but 91. So this you are going to get as 91. So now write as 91. So 90, 17 ones are 13 ones are 13 sevens are 13 sevens are how much? 91. So now you get across tan inverse 1 upon 7. That is equal to your RHS. Hence 2. So I hope so you all understood these two problems. It is very easy once if you are able to remember that 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, and tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. If you are able to remember these two formulas, just you need to apply it, not more than that in this. So that is about your second and third problem. Let's move on to the fourth and fifth problem. Alright, let's move on to the next two problems. That is fourth one, cos inverse 63 upon 65 plus 2 tan inverse 1 upon 5 is equal to sin inverse 3 upon 5 we need to prove. And next fifth one, secant square tan inverse 2 plus cosecant square cot inverse 3 is equal to 15. These two we need to prove. Before going to prove that, you need to remember these all formulas. Without remembering these formulas, you would not able to solve any problem. So now remember those formulas. So that let's start this problem so that you can understand. So now 2 tan inverse x, write in the cot form, that is cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So now we can write here directly divided LHS cos inverse 63 upon 65 plus 2 tan inverse x is nothing but cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So right here cos inverse 1 minus x square. So 1 upon 5 whole square, that means 1 upon 20. 25 upon, again next one, 1 plus x square, that is 1 plus 1 upon 25. So now what I will do here is again cos inverse 63 upon 65, right, plus cos inverse, when you do subtraction, 25 also 25 minus 1, 24 upon 5. So write it as 24 upon 25, that is upon, here again 25 also 25 plus 1, 26 upon 25 get cancelled. So now at last you get here cos inverse 63 upon 65 plus cos inverse. So these two get cancelled in the two table. 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 1s are 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2 3s are 6. So now you got is cos inverse x plus cos inverse y formula. So that is cos inverse xy minus square root of 1 minus x square plus, sorry, it's 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. Just substitute that formula, then you can write cos inverse 63 upon 65 into 12 upon 13 minus square root of 1 minus x square, that means 1 minus 63 upon 65 whole square into 1 minus 12 upon 13 whole square. When you simplify it, what we are going to get now? So cos inverse 63 into 12, you are going to get as 756. So you can write this as 756. And there's no need to simplify as it is right, 65 into 30, because here also you are going to get that of minus square root of, no, square into 65 square and 63 square, 65 square into 165 square, so 65 square minus 63 whole square upon 65 whole square into here also 13 square minus 12 square upon 13 square. So now what we are going to get, just check now, and if I do that we can write what is 65 square, what is 63 square, and what is 13 square minus 12 square, then we are going to solve that problem. So here 65 into 65, 4225. So you can write this as cos inverse 756 upon 65 into 13 minus, anyway here square and square get cancelled, we get again here also 65 upon 13, so write upon 65 into 13. And now 65 square is nothing but you get answer as 4225. So 4225 minus, so you are going to get that as next 63 into 63, 3969. So you can write here 3969. This is square root, that is into square root of 13 square is nothing but 169 minus 144 whole square is nothing. So now just we'll simplify this, what you are going to get. So when you simplify it, you are going to get now that as 16 means you get as 256. So you are going to get this as 256. So square root of 256 into square root 9 minus 4, 5, 6 minus 4 is 2. So that you get as 25. So that is upon 65 into 13 minus here also again 65 into 13, 756, and then cos inverse mass of y by simplifying this, we will simplify last cancellation is going to be very easy. So cos inverse 756 upon 65 into 13 minus this is nothing but 16 and this is nothing but 5, that is upon 65 into 13. 16 5s are how much? 18. So substitute now that is equal to cos inverse 756 minus 18 upon 65 into 13. So when you subtract in 756 80, so how much you are going to get? That is nothing but 676 you are going to get. So now here we get cos inverse 676 upon 65 into 13. So then when you do this cancellation process, so what we can write? We can get it that as 676 is nothing but 26 into 26. So I can write this as cos inverse 26 square means that is you can get as 676. Now you can write it as 65 into 30. Now 13 ones are 13, 32 are 26. So now still any other table it is possible to cancel. Let me check now. So that is again with 13 table again. 13 2s are 26, 13 5s are 65. So at last you get as cos inverse 2 2s are 4 upon 5 1s are 5. Cos inverse 4 upon 5 get. So now what is cos inverse x? You need to change into the sin inverse 1 minus x square. Why sir we need to change into the sin? Because we need to get answer as in sin inverse. So now this is equal to sin inverse 1 minus x square. 1 minus x square means here 4 upon 5 whole square. That is anyhow I will write here 4 upon 5 whole square. That is nothing but sin inverse 1 minus 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25. So that is nothing but sin inverse 25 1s are 25 minus 16 upon 25. So 25 minus 16 means how much you are going to get? That is nothing but you are going to get 25 25 minus 16 is 9 upon 25 you are going to get, and this we are going to solve again. Okay. Alright, here formula you can observe carefully is cos inverse x is equal to sin inverse square root of 1 minus x square. So this is our mistake that just write the square root in all the places. So now you get as your sin inverse square root 9 upon 25. So now that is sin inverse. What is square root of 9? 3. Square root of 25, 5. So sin inverse 3 upon 5. So that is about your RHS. Hence it is 4. So that is about your problem number 4. So I hope so you all understood this problem number 4. Let's move on to the 5th problem. Next, 5th problem. Secant square tan inverse 2 plus cosecant square cot inverse 3 is equal to 15. This we need to do first. Solution for this. Let tan inverse 2 is equal to theta. And same method, cot inverse 3 is equal to 5. Then the tan inverse equal to, let's say tan theta is equal to 2. And here cot 5 is equal to 3. And you know here secant square theta is 1 plus tan square theta. So write that secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus, what is tan square theta here? 2 square. That is 1 plus 4. That is nothing but 5. Here equation number 1. And here it is, you know that cosecant square 5 is equal to 1 plus cot square 5. And 1 plus 1 is cot square 5 is nothing but 3 here. So 3 square cot 5 is 3, cot square 5 is nothing but 3 square. 1 plus 9, that is equal to 10. Equation number 2. Now what I do is add 1 and 2. So 1 plus 2 implies. So here secant square theta plus cosecant square 5 is equal to 5 plus 10. 5 plus 10 is nothing but 15. Secant square, what is theta? You know theta is nothing but tan inverse 2. So right here secant square tan inverse 2 plus cosecant square. Phi is nothing but what we know here, cot inverse 3. So right here cot inverse 3, that is equal to 15. I think we proved this. So that is about your fifth problem. I hope so you all understood. If you have any doubt, you can comment on YouTube section. So this is about up to your 5 problems. Let's move on to the next problem. Now we are going to discuss the sixth problem. 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. This we need to prove. Before going to prove this, remember these three formulas. Sin 2 theta is equal to sin theta plus theta, cos 2 theta is equal to cos square theta minus sin square theta, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Without remembering these three formulas, we could not able to solve any problem in this. So anyway, if you want to solve this first, this solution, let tan inverse x is equal to theta. Then here tan inverse is equal to that side tan theta. So the tan theta is equal to x. So remember this, you got here tan theta is equal to x. Just substitute tan theta is equal to x in this RHS. So this is your RHS1. So right here RHS1 is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. So the first what we need to do here it is wherever x is there, let's substitute tan theta. So when you substitute the tan theta, what we are going to get? This is equal to sin inverse 2 into x, 2 into tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but what do you know? So that is nothing but you know that secant square theta. So 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but secant square theta. So that we need to write down now here. So that is, I am not even that formula here. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. So just substitute that what we are going to do. Sin inverse, so 2 into tan theta means sin theta upon cos theta, that is upon 1 plus tan square theta means 1 by secant square theta. So secant square theta, so that is nothing but 1 upon cos square theta. So here I am writing the secant square theta is equal to 1 upon cos square theta. So 1 upon cos square theta. So now here observe square and then cos theta get cancelled. You know denominator goes to the numerator. Cos theta that is going to be the numerator. Then what you get? Sin inverse 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta means what do you know? That is nothing but sin 2 theta. Just to substitute here now. So that is equal to sin inverse sin 2 theta. Sin inverse sin 2 theta is nothing but theta. Theta is nothing but sin inverse we get answer is 2 theta. Then 2 into what is equal to theta? Theta is nothing but tan inverse x. So write 2 into tan inverse x. That is nothing but 2 tan inverse x. That is nothing but your LHS. So now RHS1 is equal to LHS proved. Now we need to go for RHS2. So what is your RHS2? Cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So now cos inverse 1 minus x means what do you know? Tan theta. So then x square means tan square theta. So again here 1 plus tan square theta. So 1 minus tan square theta, this change into the sin square and cos square, then what we are going to get? So that is cos inverse. So we can write this as 1 minus sin square theta upon cos square theta. That is upon, here what we can write in this place, we can write this also same letter 1 plus sin square theta upon cos square theta. And take the LCM, then what you are going to get here? So that is equal to cos cos square theta 1 is cos square theta minus sin square theta. LCM is nothing but here cos square theta. So write that cos square theta. That is upon. Now cos square theta 1 is cos square theta. So write that cos square theta plus sin square theta upon LCM is cos square theta. So now what we can do, cos square theta get cancelled. In cos inverse, this is cos square theta minus cos sin square theta is nothing but cos 2 theta upon sin cos square theta plus sin square theta is nothing but 1. So just write it. So cos inverse cos 2 theta. So that is cos and cos inverse get cancelled. Then answer is 2 theta. 2 into theta is nothing but tan inverse x. That is nothing but 2 tan inverse x. That is equal to your LHS. So at last what we can write here, LHS is equal to RHS1 is equal to RHS2. Therefore, hence it is. So I hope you all understood this. This is very easy and important problem. So if you have any doubt, you can comment on YouTube session so that I can help you. It is very simple. Just wherever x is there, substitute and you get your answer. That is about your problem number 6. Now let's move on to the problem number 7. On to the next problem. 7th one, tan inverse square root of ax upon bc plus tan inverse square root of bx upon ca plus tan inverse square root of cx upon ab is equal to 5, where a plus b plus c is equal to x. They given a plus b plus c is equal to x and we have to solve this problem. It is again very simple. So first take LHS and tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z is equal to tan inverse x plus y plus z minus x y z upon 1 minus x y minus y z minus zx. So this is your formula. Just apply here. Then what we are going to get? Tan inverse x plus y plus z. So x is here ax upon bc plus y is square root of bx upon ca plus square root of cx upon ab minus xyz. So x is nothing but again x upon bc again square root of bx upon ca and square root of cx upon ab. That is upon 1 minus xy, that is square root of ax upon bc into bx upon ca minus square root of bx upon ca square root of cx upon ab and minus square root of cx upon ab into square root of ax upon bc. Just use this formula and substitute here. After substitution, just observe tan inverse. Now, here observe carefully what should be the LCM here. LCM, if I take as root ABC, then what we get? So here BC is there, what is not there? A is not there, so the root A. Root A into root A is nothing but what you get? A and root x. So right here directly A root x. Plus same method here also. B is not there, root B is nothing but B and then root x. Plus same method here, root C root x minus here also LCM take now. So here it is here again LCM take, that is a root ABC. So if I take here also root ABC, then what is going to be your answer? So let me take here root ABC as LCM. When I take root ABC as LCM, if BC is there, what is not there? A is not there. So that means here root A into root A and root x. So write A root x into again B root x into C root x. So this you are going to get now. So upon now here what we can do? Here again this also you can take same method only, but without simplification calculator or otherwise we simplify. No worries. That 1 minus. Check now. upon root c into root c, that is nothing but c, x upon c. Same method here also, minus root b cancel, root c cancel, root x into root x is nothing but x upon root a into root a is root a into root a is nothing but a. Then here also root c cancel, root a cancel, root x into root x, root b into root b, b. So now minus x upon b. So this is about this. And still, if we want to simplify here, what we can common? Root x we can common. And here total LCM is going to be the root a, b, c. So then what we are going to solve from this? So let me write whatever possible is out there. Tan inverse. So here root x common, when you common root x, a plus b plus c upon root a, b, c minus. So now here also a, b, c. So right here a, b, c, root x into root x into root x. So if a, b, c is there, what are the possibility? Sorry. One minute. I have doubt here. Let me check this step again. What are the possibilities here? Root a and root a get cancel. So let me cancel here. Root b cancel. Root c get cancel. So then what we get to root a, b, c we get here root x. So here a, b, c we cannot get. So here we get as root x into root x into root x. Then it is correct. So now check carefully now what are the possibilities here. So here root x into root x is nothing but what you get x. So write as x root x upon square root of a, b, c. And this as it is right, no need to change now anything. So minus 1 minus x upon c minus x upon a minus x upon b. So then what is possible? You know a plus b plus c means what do you know? X. Just substitute there x. So then tan inverse root x into x. Then here LCM is root a, b, c minus. Here also what is there? X into root x is nothing but can I get better? So root x into x. Then that is whole upon 1 minus x minus c minus x minus a minus x minus x upon b. So here 1 minus x upon c, 1 minus so minus x upon a minus x upon b. You know this minus this, what you get? 0. So 1 0 upon any number, what you get? 0. So this whole becomes as 0 and this also whole becomes as 0. That means tan inverse 0. So tan inverse 0 is nothing but tan inverse. In tan table 0 when you get tan pi. So right here tan pi is nothing tan pi degrees. Tan means tan pi is nothing but theta. That is theta is nothing but your I. That is equal to your RHS. In this way you have to solve this problem. It is very easy. Don't get any confusion when you are solving this. So that is about your solved problem. Let's move on to the 8th. Alright, today's last problem. This is 8. Half tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 plus square root of 1 plus x square upon 2 into square root of 1 plus x square whole to the power of 1 upon 2. So I need to prove this as equal to the half tan inverse x. So how can I prove this as that? Before going to this proof, you need to remember secant theta is equal to 1 upon cos theta, 1 plus cos theta is equal to cos square theta upon 2, square root of 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant theta. So first what I will do is tan inverse x, let tan inverse x is equal to theta, then x is equal to tan theta. Put x is equal to tan theta in this RHS. So let to the power of 1 upon 2. Then cos inverse 1 plus square root of tan square 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but secant theta. Just write that as secant theta upon 2 secant theta 1 upon 2. So that is nothing but cos inverse secant theta is nothing but what we know 1 upon cos theta. Just substitute 1 plus 1 upon cos theta upon 2 into 1 upon cos theta whole to the power of half. So that is up to here. Up to here you all understood, I hope. So let's move on to next. That is again we can write this is equal to cos inverse when you take LCM of cos theta upon cos theta and cos theta plus 1 upon cos theta upon 2 upon cos theta whole to the power of 1 upon cos theta get cancelled. Cos inverse cos theta plus 1 is nothing but 1 plus cos theta plus 1 2 cos square theta upon 2. So write that 2 cos square theta upon 2 upon here 2 is a whole to the power of 1 upon 2. 2 get cancelled. Cos inverse cos square theta upon 2 whole to the power of half. So now what we can do with this is just you can a power n whole power n, that is a power mn. So in that form if you 2 get cancel what you are going to get. So cos inverse you get as cos theta upon 2. Now cos inverse cos theta is nothing but theta. Theta is nothing but theta upon 2 here. So here theta is theta upon 2. So now that is equal to half into theta, half into what is theta? Theta is nothing but tan inverse x. So tan inverse x, 1 into tan inverse x, you can write it as half tan inverse x, that is nothing but half tan inverse x, that is your LHS. So now LHS is equal to RHS, so that hence half tan inverse x, that is nothing but half tan inverse x, that is your LHS. So now LHS is equal to RHS, so that hence it is proved. So that is about today's 8 problems, and if you have any doubt you can comment on your YouTube and so that I can help you on. And still if you face any problem, whatever your doubt, you can write to the YouTube channel comment section so that I can help you on. And if you, I hope so you have understood this all, and stay safe in your home. May God bless you all.